You don't have to be perfect to start a YouTube channel. Even if you don't have 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours, all the perfect equipment that you need, let me tell you, YouTube is constantly changing your life just by you creating content and putting it out there. YouTube changed my life, and I'm telling you, it will change your life too. But let me share my story with you. So hey guys, my name is Victoria, and for the next few minutes, I like to say in all my videos, think of me as your best friend here to help you comprehend life issues, and in this case, YouTube. So in this video, I'm going to break down this whole experience into different categories. I'm going to tell you why I started, the progress and the transformation that has happened in my life through this process, and also some encouragement for you and how you can actually start. Let's start with the history of why I started YouTube in the first place. As a young girl, I used to watch a lot of YouTube video. Basically, I was the perfect consumer for YouTube videos. And being an introverted kid while growing up, it was a form of escapism for me. You know, it was like living my life and living my ideas and my dreams through the lenses of other people. And as I started to grow and become more confident in myself, I decided to start to give my own 2 cents on the bunch of ideas, tips, experiences, and I just felt the need to share it with other people because I just enjoyed helping people. That was my initial thought. By the time I started preparing to start a YouTube channel, that was when it all started to spiral down. So basically, most of my excitement went after my first video the moment I hit publish. The mistake I made was that after creating my video, I went back to consuming more content rather than focusing on creating more content. What happened was that the moment I started consuming more content, I became very critical about my setup, my audio, my lens. I started thinking about how could I have the perfect camera, have the perfect microphone, have the perfect setup, not knowing that I was focusing on the wrong thing. What I should have been focusing on was how to create value, how to keep being consistent, and how to improve myself, which we'll talk about much later in this video. Either way, I still chose to film my first couple of videos, and I did it with the camera I had at that time. I don't think I even used a microphone at that time. I just hit record. The video is still down there somewhere on this channel. And then I just hit record and started talking about the things that I loved to talk about. I still got positive feedback from some of those videos because the truth about it is that you don't really need perfection to make an impact. You just need to show up. Some of the times when we think that we're looking for that perfection to be able to make an impact, that's not really the case. Just show up with the value you have to offer, and somehow the right audience will find you over time. So after the first video, it was super amazing. I got a lot of encouragement, feedback, at least sufficient enough to release my next video, which was what I did. But after a while, I realized that there was nothing stable about this. I would get views some days, I would get absolutely no views on other days. I would get comments on some days, I wouldn't get any comments on some days. So it was just a roller coaster ride. Personally, life started to happen really fast because I started my YouTube channel around the time when I just got married, and almost immediately I started to have kids. So life happened. I had to start thinking about progressing my career and doing other things with my life. So YouTube kind of took the back seat because it was hard for me to focus on the progress that I was getting from the channel rather than the immediate gratification that your career kind of gives you. So YouTube kind of teaches you patience because with your regular job, you're expecting your salary. There's this immediate gratification that comes with, oh, I'm waiting for my salary, so I'm going to get my salary at the end of the month, or I'm going to get paid after the end of a job. But with YouTube has a lot of patience that comes with it for you to succeed. You need to be able to be consistent. And I realized over time that these weren't traits I had, and I wasn't even working on them because I was focusing on the wrong thing. So if you're still thinking of starting a YouTube channel, or you haven't started yet, I want you to think of this thing and look at it from the lens of your progress level and what it's teaching you, in the sense that you're going to be learning how to be consistent, how to have grit and patience, and all those beautiful qualities that you can apply in your life. We can all have that zeal and motivation that we need, or rather the discipline that we need to attend to things until we're ready to actually learn that discipline. So that's what YouTube has taught me over time, to be disciplined enough to show up, make time for my content. As of now, I'm filming this video in the middle of the night because that's the perfect time for me to film, because that's when my kids are asleep. And that just rewires your mind differently, because you start to respect yourself more, because you're giving time for the things you're actually passionate about, and you're giving your brain that feedback that you are able to take on bigger responsibilities and do things that truly matter to your personal growth. So after a while, despite my lack of consistency, I started to get positive feedback, because let me tell you, small things progress and build up to bigger things. Just hearing somebody randomly walk up to you to say, oh, the video you made gave me courage to start something new, or I was inspired to become so and so, just something positive just by watching your video. Those moments were bliss. It started to change my perspective and make me realize that I wasn't just doing this for me, I was doing it for all of us. I was doing it for the bigger picture. And that's where my perspective started to shift. So I'm going to be sharing with you next how YouTube transformed my life and how it can transform yours too. One of the first things that YouTube does for you is that it gives you so much personal growth. When I started, my first video was horrible. It took me everything in the world not to delete that video after I hit publish. You're constantly in a position of growth as long as you're recording yourself, because for each time you watch your videos, you're able to give yourself feedback as to how you can become better, what you can do better, how you can speak better, how you can gesticulate better, or just learn how you love to express yourself. Some people can go crazy and be like, hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and all that fun stuff. Some like me are just chill, and over time you realize that that's just your personality. Others, you love like storytelling, you love like video, kind of like making it look like a movie. Those are like growth that you attain when you constantly evolve and record yourself. So there's so much personal growth. If you're somebody that has been introverted like I was, it's easy for you to come on here and build yourself. Now, this is not a challenge to become an extrovert. It's just a challenge to become more confident in whatever type of personality that you were created with. So simply because you're introverted doesn't mean that you have to be shy and unable to speak in public. So this is a very good way for you to build yourself. One thing it did for me was that it helped me to become more confident, more eloquent, more able to articulate my speech and be able to say things the way I am truly feeling it on the inside. And that can be the same for you, if only you try. Another beautiful part I love about YouTube is the creative freedom. Now on my page, if you go down to the very beginning, you see how random my channel is, and it is on purpose. Because like I said, it was a form of expressing the different seasons of life I was in. There was a phase where I was all about like talking about weddings. There was a time when I was talking about skincare. There was a time when I was talking about my hair. It's just random. So at every phase in my life, I'm able to articulate and express the values that I'm learning from that particular season of my life, and able to help other people to navigate that season. Because the thing about your seasons is that whatever you think you're experiencing is definitely not peculiar to you. There are people that are going through that phase that are looking for the kind of information that you have to offer, whether it's professional. Maybe you want to talk about your career, you want to talk about finances, you want to talk about your art, you want to talk about your passions, whatever it is. You want to sing, you want to dance, whatever form of creative freedom that you want to express, this is the perfect platform for you to do that. It's like your perfect corner on the internet to create, share, and most importantly, find your tribe. Which leads me to the next amazing benefit that I gained from YouTube. So basically, with YouTube, the connection and the community is truly unreal and amazing. Once you're able to get that tribe that understands you, that connects with you, even if it's 1 or 2 people or 10 people or 1,000 people, it's just truly irreplaceable, because you find people that genuinely think like you, that want the things that you want, that believe in the values that you believe in, that are attracted to the same things that you love, which is hard in our everyday life, because how many people can you meet on a daily basis or even in a month, no matter how outgoing you are, no matter how many networking events you go to? It's truly unreal how one video can actually drag so many people that understand your perspective and see things through the same lens that you see things through. So it's a powerful community building system, I would say, that you can use to find the perfect tribe for you. So if you have that story that you want to share, or that perfect thing that you know you want to share, there are people here that truly would resonate with what you have to share, and they will also inspire you as much as you inspire them. Also, let's talk about what most people are waiting for. There's the income potential, there's the money factor. Obviously, I would say that YouTube is not a get-rich-quick scheme of any sort, because it takes time. Some people are really lucky with it. You produce 4, 3 videos and you're monetized, or even 1 video and you're monetized. Perfect. But for some of us who would have to produce more videos consistently to be able to gain that traction, you will need to be patient enough to get to that level. But is it achievable? Absolutely. So you have the perfect opportunity to earn from different sources. And apart from like the YouTube monetization, there are other ways that you can monetize your content. There are partnerships, there are sponsorships. You can actually make your own product to sell and create courses, digital products, all that good stuff. So there are various ways that you can grow and increase your income potential. So if you have a business and you start a YouTube channel around your business, that could also attract more clients to you. And you know, the kind of clients that not only just see your work, but appreciate your work enough to become subscribers. That means they're truly interested in what you do. So it's not just about YouTube monetization. There are other avenues that you can expand your income here on YouTube. This sounds like a YouTube ad at this point. But most importantly, the beautiful part I love about YouTube is the legacy that it gives you. Your content will be here as long as YouTube is here. That's the beautiful part of it. I'd say that if you have a website, that would absolutely rock, because then you could like keep your videos there. But in the meantime, if you have your content on here, there are videos here that are like 15 years old, 10 years old, 9 years old, 8 years old, and we still watch them and we gain lots of value from them. Just think about how motivated your kids will be if they watch your video. That's if you want them, if you're producing the kind of content that they would enjoy. But basically, I'm excited for the possibility of my kids watching my video and being like, wow, nice, you were this young once. But yeah, the possibilities are endless. And apart from that, just also think about the possibilities of somebody stumbling upon your video and finding the motivation or just truly being inspired by your content that it encourages them to do something with their life or become better or just absolutely bloom in that season simply because you were vulnerable enough to share that experience or share that video. So sometimes it's not just about what it can do for us, it's about what it can do for everybody. You're truly not just impacting yourself, you're impacting a whole generation. And just in case you're thinking at this point, look, there are a lot of YouTubers already. How do I fit in? Let me tell you something. Your voice is unique. There are stories that you can tell that nobody can tell the way you would tell them. There are experiences, there are perspectives that you could share your ideas on. Yes, maybe somebody has already spoken about it. Heck, I'm sure this video, like there are loads of other types of similar content like this already on YouTube. But that wouldn't stop me from sharing my own side of that content because I know that somebody, hopefully you, would be able to resonate better with this just by listening to me. So if I was to encourage my younger self to start a YouTube channel or encourage you to actually start or continue with your YouTube channel, here's the first tip I'll give you. Start with what you have. You don't have to have the perfect gear or the perfect setup to do what you can do. I'm filming this in my living room and with what I have right now. Also, don't be overly obsessed with your first couple of content because no matter how perfect you try to make it, over time, just because of the law of progress, you're going to find out they are cringy 2 years from now. You wouldn't be able to even watch it. Just shoot them, watch them, give yourself feedback, and move on to being better. And on that same note, I would say one of the most important things that you need to focus on when you're starting, when you're growing, is that focus on value. For every time I try to shoot a video, the first question I usually ask is that, is this something that would be valuable? First ask, would it be valuable to me? Would I watch this video and gain actual value? Would my friends and my family watch this video and gain actual value? Would people watch this and gain actual value? So focus on giving value. I know that it's a thing to focus on trends and how this video is gonna blow up, or clickbait stuff, or just creating a very long piece of content without actually giving value in between just for whatever sake. But I would say this: focus on giving value as much as possible. And once you have that, don't be like me. Learn from my experience. Be consistent. This is going to change the game for you. People want to be able to rely on you. People want to be able to trust that once they have subscribed, you're going to continue giving them values. Once you start, if it's once a week that you can deliver, start with once a week. If you can do twice, go twice. One of the things and one of the mistakes we make as new YouTubers is that we get into that loophole of trying to start overproducing content, and we get into quantity over quality simply because we're trying to keep that roll going. You know, we're constantly obsessing over the YouTube app and seeing, okay, am I getting new subscribers? Am I growing? Am I doing this? But really, what you should be focusing on is how consistent you are in showing up. Because like I said, this has a ripple effect where it would also transfer to your career, to your relationship. You're mentally rewiring yourself to trust yourself enough to always show up no matter what happens. So just remember that growth takes time and consistency builds trust. So if you're in that phase where you're like stuck, or you feel like you're not growing, or you're growing slowly, remember that growth takes time. If you're yet to build your audience, you're wondering why people are not subscribing, but people are watching your video, consistency creates trust. So the more consistent you are, the more you show up, one day something will really resonate with them. They will subscribe and become loyal because they now genuinely believe in the message that you're passing. And once those subscribers start rolling in, please, please, please engage with your audience. This is something I try to do. I don't get a lot of comments, but when I do, I try to be very appreciative about it. Unless you don't have the time, but if you do, and you should create time for it, try to engage your audience and just find out ways to build that community with them, because they're really going out of their way to comment on your videos, to appreciate your content. I feel like we should send back that same energy to just let them know that I see you, I hear you, and I'm thankful for you. YouTube didn't just give me a platform, it gave me confidence, consistency, drive, purpose, and amazing connections, just like you watching this video right now. It reminded me that we have stories worth sharing and lessons worth teaching. There's always something going on in your life that you can teach somebody or you can explain to somebody. So if you ever get into that point where you feel like, I don't know what to say, I don't know how to say it, let me tell you, you have something that you can share. All you need to do is to get vulnerable enough to just sit down, articulate your thoughts, and just say it as it is. I'm telling you, there's someone who needs to hear it exactly the way you're saying it. And whether your channel grows fast or slow like mine, the progress that you gain, the discipline that you achieve is truly where the magic happens in your life. So if you're still on the fence, you're still deciding, should I start YouTube or should I not start YouTube? This is your sign. Pick up your phone, your camera, whatever you're using to record, hit that record button and shoot that video. And most importantly, upload it, and we'll all be there to cheer you up. Share your light and let the world see what you have to offer. You have everything to gain and absolutely nothing to lose in this process. Thank you so much for watching. If you've watched up to now, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and I'll see you in my other video.